Let's get this motherfucking review started. This movie... Yo, this movie was actually way more bloody and insane than I genuinely thought it could be, especially for like a 2005 flick. That's right, folks. Today we are talking about Feast, the bloody insane creature feature. From that one show, Project Greenlight. Do you remember that show? Because we're going to talk about that a little bit. I've had multiple chances to watch it throughout my life, and then lately, our number one commentator, homeboy right here, was begging me to do it, and I was like, I'm not going to fucking do it right now, bro. I don't want to watch it. And then I buckled down because I was like, he's my day one, he's my boy, and I didn't. And Corey, I thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you for this recommendation because this shit was fire. So let's get into it. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Phantom of the Indie Review. I am your host, Bucket Cap Dill. We are on the journey of 4,000 subscribers, and we're so close. I think we're like 50 away, dude. So if we could get there by like 4th of July, dude, I'll do like whatever review you guys want me to do. I'll do an hour-long video. I don't care. I'll do anything. If you love horror, goofing around with your homeboy, and talking dirty, spooky shit, come hang out with me and give me a subby. Bitch, be for real. Yo, this hat is reversible. I have a vivid memory I want to share with you guys back from like 2003 or 4. I was on the couch one night. I was a night owl, stayed up very late, and on the TV channel Bravo, there was a show called Project Greenlight. It was Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Wes Craven, the horror master icon himself, some other dudes, and they were like pitching a movie. They're like, all right, guys, we got to do a script. We got to hire some screenwriters and directors, and it was pretty much like a documentary following a movie production company. I think it was Dimension Films, I'm not sure. Pretty much Matt and fucking Ben had a brilliant idea to vlog their movie. Vlog the production of their movies, and this was season 3. And I remember specifically there was one script that they came across that Matt and Ben loved, and like, dude, we got to do this. And after heavy deliberating, they decide on this one other movie, and they, like, the producers of the show come in and they're like, nah, we're doing a horror. And they're like, dude, what the fuck is the point of doing all of this if you're just gonna determine what movie we choose anyway? They're like, we want a horror movie. Horror movies are big, dude. Did you not see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake? Did you not see all the other crazy shit that came out in the last few years? Final Destination 3? I don't know if that came out yet, but yeah, they're like, we're doing a horror movie, and Ben and Matt were pissed, but they settled on the script, the director, and the movie Feast. The writers of this script, Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan, actually went on to be kind of, not horror staples per se, but they did a lot of the Saw sequels, and they actually did The Collection. That is a very popular and underrated franchise within itself. So if you guys want to see me do a review on all the Collection movies, comment collect me. So yeah, there was this TV show, and I remember watching it. Like, I think I binge watched it all night because I was too young to like follow up and focus on a weekly episode. So I think I just binge watched it all night, and I watched the making of Feast. I watched the ins and outs. I saw the dirty details, pretty much the premise, and then from there, my 12-year-old mind forgot about it, and I never watched it again. Every time I would see snippets of it on YouTube or Facebook, the internet, I would just think about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon every time, and I would be like, that movie probably isn't that good. And then my homeboy suggested me to watch it, and I'm gonna say I regret that it took me so long to watch it, but also I'm happy because I feel like if I did watch it when I was a kid, you're so desensitized to horror movies when you're younger because nothing scares you. Like, there's that age where everything scares you, and then your preteens, you're like, nothing is scary, and then in your 30s, you're like, you self-reflect, and you're like, that's kind of freaky. And this movie was bloody, graphic, and disturbing. Plot follows as people are enjoying drinks in a Nevada-located bar. A man covered in blood, identified on screen as Hero, enters through the door and warns them all of impending danger. And yeah, the movie starts off with that corny little like text graphic scene where it's like, this guy's name, occupation, life expectancy, and obviously a lot of them are jokes. None of them are serious. Like, they don't have their true names. Some of their like hobbies are like jokes. Jason Mewes has a cameo in it for a minute as himself, and I will give this movie a round of applause because I feel like the two writers did a very solid job of twisting everything on its head every chance they got. Right when you would be starting to get a little bored by it, or like think like you knew exactly where it was going, it would go in a totally different direction than you could ever depict, and I really praise them for that. Starting off with that integral scene after spending about 5-10 minutes introducing all the characters. They're all drinking. You see that it's a bar set up, very From Dusk Till Dawn vibe, very, middle of nowhere vibe. And then all of a sudden this dude breaks down the door, smoking hot, sexy, covered in blood. has a shotgun, and he's like, I'm the motherfucker that's gonna save all your lives. And you're like, oh hell yeah, I kind of like this guy. And then instantly, like within minutes, he gets brutally killed, and you're like, holy shit. But his wife doesn't, and she comes in, and this movie has a great job of slowly revealing the characters' plots and motives and how the monsters came to be, but it also does a wonderful job at hiding the creatures themselves at all. Like, are they aliens? Are they Wendigos? Are they just weird desert creatures, radiation mutation? You don't know, but it's believable. Like, the dude, the hero's wife tells them, they're like, how did you stumble upon these creatures? And she's like, we were just dropping our kid off at the grandma's house. We're driving down the road and we hit one, and then all of a sudden they came out. And then there's some tension, some social, dynamics, some bullshit going on, because some are like, well, obviously they want you because you killed their grandpappy, so get out. And it's just like a bar full of rough-edged people already with all different life perspectives and views. It's not going to work well, but they try their best to blend together and work so they can, outsmart the creatures and show them that you don't fuck with humans, you don't fuck with the human species, even though they all get picked off poetically. But yeah, this movie was genuinely very bloody, very disturbing, it made you very queasy at points, and I'm not a sucker. Like, I don't get spooked well by blood. Like, blood is unsettling, like in like the Hostel and Saw movies, obviously, but when it's like a monster creature feature and it's so exaggerated and like theatrical, like it shouldn't creep you out. But this one does a great job on it. There's this one dude that constantly is getting thrown through the ringer. Dude, he gets puked on by one of the monsters, where it starts to disintegrate and eat away at his skin and hair. He gets his eye ripped out, and just every time the camera focuses and pans on him, you get a little sick to your stomach. The ensemble cast is very diverse and interesting. Like, you kind of care or dislike all of them in an intense way. Like, the ones that you aren't rooting for, you really aren't, and then the ones that you kind of fuck with, that have a soft spot in your heart, you do fuck with them. But throughout the movie, even though it's only like an hour and 30-minute runtime, their opinions of themselves do change on you, and that's very interesting within itself. Like, the one dude who's kind of the shallow, low-life jackass the whole time, you kind of end up fucking with later on into the movie. And again, I will not stress this enough, the people that you think are going to live don't, and the people that you think are going to die survive, and then everything in between. But it's not done in like a cliche way where like halfway through you're like, okay, now I get the routine of the movie. You don't, like, every turn, like, the directors and writer took every turn and angle they could to keeping you on your toes, and I really appreciated that. The practical effects and special effects were actually quite phenomenal and very well done and very gritty. The final reveal, they kept showing like tidbits and like, outside window shots and close-ups and sneak shots of the creatures, the family of monsters, and you didn't really quite get a good look at them until the end. And when you get that final reveal of like the main one, it's actually quite haunting and terrifying and dreary. It lived up to its expectation, even though it gets beaten to a bloody pulp. The movie does have a lot of quick-witted humor to it, a lot of punchlines. Something brutal and insane happens, and then someone's like, dumbass, or that guy just got killed. Like, just corny shit like that. It's the 2005s, but it doesn't take away from the movie, because I feel like that this is exactly what the movie is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun, zany, snappy, punchy, scary, bloody, just a creature feature done well, because a lot of times they lean too heavily on the practical effects, but it's cheap, or they lean too heavily on paying homages and it comes off as like, oh, they're trying to make this movie look like an 80s movie. But this one is just like set dead in the middle of 2005, bro, and it's actually done really well, and it holds up great today. I genuinely had a good time watching this movie throughout. There are some moments in there where people get killed that kind of gut-wrenched me myself. And most importantly, this movie is very underrated. I feel like I'm genuinely shocked. Like, when I watch this and finish it, usually I'm pretty nice about movie reviews. I'll let you know if I don't like them, but I try not to undermine them. But I'm genuinely shocked that this one only has like a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I feel like this movie is the definition of like an hidden gem, like an underrated classic, a cult classic. I don't even think it's a cult classic because I don't really know a lot of people that fuck with it. I really feel like this movie is way better than is given credit for. Like, I wonder today what Matt Damon and Ben Affleck even think of it. It's probably because they besmirched it so bad that they didn't want to do a horror movie, that it got swept under the rug, or whatever the case may be. But I really feel like this is a really well done horror movie with a lot of blood, guts, and fun into it. But alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Have you seen this movie? Comment down below. Please let me know your opinion. Coming up next, we got a longer video. I'm going to be ranking all 13 of the 13 ghosts. That's right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a thumber. Hit that ding-ling button, harassing you, telling you, hey, it's me, I'm here. And I'm gonna say it 1 time for the 1 time, 2 time for the O's. Give me a hell yeah for horror.
Unless you people want to die, you'll do what I say and you'll do it fast.
Made them do whatever he wanted. They were at his whim. And then one day she snapped and kills him. So present day, she's telling this ghost story. She's like, she'll be here soon, but Delia's a very oddball, eccentric